There you go, Frank the Tank.
Well, it is November 20th. Danny and I are in the redneck this evening. We're overlooking a small food plot that we call 4 Ridges. It's exactly that. It's just 4 big ridges with a couple logging roads leading into it, and then a fence line on the backside. We've noticed the last couple nights the deer have really started using it. It's a little bit warmer, so we're hoping that they want to go into that green food plot. We've had a new buck show up, so I've got the 6.5, Danny's got the 350. Maybe we can punch a couple tags, but either way we're going to enjoy the evening and see what happens. That is a big dog, isn't it? He was looking up the hill. He kind of like stopped and cupped his ears, and that's where he's going. They turned back up, didn't they? I see one. And it's the 10 point. We're at in the road. Yeah, in the road. Here, hold on. He's walking straight down the road. You got him? Yeah. Here, hold on. He's about to go behind a tree. Yeah, there he comes. Yeah, I don't have him. He's behind a tree. Here he comes. He's feeding around. That is for sure him, though. He's still behind the tree. I got like his neck, but he's got that little buck behind him. If that little deer would move and he'd take one step, he'd be free game. Here he comes. If you can, whatever you think. Come on. Like I said, I got from his front shoulder to his head. You do have the front shoulder? Well, no. I've got like his neck. Come on, dude. Take one step for us. I got him. You ready?
Last light.
Oh, yeah. Bradley and I just got it done. We were actually set up in here. Bradley was supposed to be the one shooting tonight. Everything was set up to shoot the back of the food plot. We had a nice 10 point that's been using this plot the last couple nights. And all of a sudden we just heard something up on the ridge this way, and I brought my gun just in case because I shoot left-handed, so it was easy for me to shoot out this window. And last light, just turned and looked, and sure enough that 10 point was coming up the road right here. Got probably 100-yard shot, and I'm pretty sure I hammered him. Bradley and I finally get a tag of buck together. We've self-filmed so many bucks on our own, and this is our first one that we did together, so pretty excited right now.
Hey.
Yeah,
Deer?
Hey.
You got deer?
Hey. Boom, man. He's right there. There. Boom. Oh, man.
Figure he went far.
Dude, he didn't go 30 yards.
Oh, yeah. He's got some good mass. Got kickers down the base. You're right. Man. He is a brute. Look at that neck.
Dude, that's a big deer.
That is a big old deer. We got it up,
Holy
man.
cow, man.
Oh. I'm not gonna lie, like this is all due to the Moultrie Mobile. We wouldn't have checked that camera.
No, and we would have never known. That deer's been consistent for the last
He
four
popped up
nights, three nights.
Yeah, 4 nights ago, and we would have never checked that camera if it wasn't getting it on that. That dude is
What
a
an
beast.
awesome deer.
I mean,
Look at the characteristics on it. Look at the mass.
That's good mass for.
You know, we talked about that he was decently wide and no time length, but that mass.
For an Ozark mountain buck, that's a dandy.
That's a
good
mature deer. I mean,
Oh,
you
yeah.
look at the body, and we're at the rut,
Yeah.
so you know he's been running. He's probably lost weight. That 350 put the hurting on him.
That is freaking awesome, man.
Oh,
Big old head on
dude,
him.
congratulations, man.
Big old freaking head.
Ooh. Slap some buck cuffs on him, get him in the freezer.
Yep. One, two, three.
Team member Danny Naugle has tagged 2 great bucks from this redneck gilly blind during the past 2 seasons. But that didn't happen by accident. Danny's created a very effective hunting strategy, and his hunts provide many great lessons.
Growing Deer is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Also by Green Cover Food Plots, Winchester, Lacrosse Footwear, Moultrie Mobile, Fleet Outdoor Apparel, Morel Targets, RTP Outdoors, Fourth Arrow, Hunt Stand, Scorpion Venom Archery, Case IH Tractors, Ward Laboratories, Burris Optics, National Land Realty, G5 Broadheads, Prime Bows, and Redneck Hunting Blinds.
Several years ago, Danny decided to set up the gilly blind on the east side of this valley. This valley kind of doglegs, but there's 4 ridges that tie into this valley. And being on the east side, whether it's a north, west, or southerly wind, Danny can effectively hunt a portion of this valley. Danny's a very skilled outdoorsman, and he knows that deer often use terrain features to travel. And these 4 ridges that dump into this valley, well, during the rut, this could be a hub of activity as bucks are traveling from ridge to ridge. And no matter which ridge they're going or coming from, they've got to cross this valley. Danny's hunch was spot on, and during a bow hunt in 2020, he watched a nice buck come down a ridge, cross that valley, and travel up onto another ridge. Danny believed he could make this hunting location even better. There was enough sunlight reaching the ground that vegetation was growing in this valley, so he decided to create a little hidey hole food plot. Danny and fellow team member Bradley Lukenhoff got to work. They used herbicide to terminate the vegetation and then used prescribed fire to burn off that duff, expose the soil enough that they could broadcast seed and make great seed to soil contact.
We've got the cedars, got some rain in the forecast, so we're gonna spread the seed and hope the rain comes.
During the late summer of fall 2021, they were broadcasting green cover seeds fall release. That hidey hole sure looked good on November 17th when a nice buck walked into the plot, crossing ridges, but he stopped to grab a bite and gave Danny a shot opportunity. Finding and hunting quality food sources can be key to seeing and tagging deer during certain portions of the year, especially where the habitat quality is low. Danny hunts primarily hardwood timber. There's a lot of acorns hitting the ground, and there's a few cattle pastures in the area. Not a lot of high quality deer habitat, so when the acorns are consumed or there's a low production year of acorns, his hidey hole food plots see a lot of activity. It's not just about having a high quality food source. That definitely helps. But it really comes into play when you pair that food source with an effective hunting strategy. And that's exactly what Danny had done. He had located this hidey hole food plot in the middle of a travel corridor. And especially during the rut when bucks were seeking receptive does. They're traveling ridge to ridge, crossing this valley. They're using a lot of calories, using a lot of energy. In fact, bucks could lose up to 25 or 30% of their body weight during the rut. Having a high quality food source right in the middle of a travel corridor, that is a proven strategy for Danny. In fact, you'll notice both bucks he's tagged these past 2 years have appeared very slim and have lost quite a bit of weight due to the rut. Understanding food sources a bit more comes into play, a little behind the scenes, if you will, of Danny's hunt. Danny had quite a few acorns in his area this year, and activity around his plots has been very limited. But on November 17th, a good 10-pointer, an unknown buck, showed up cruising through this little hidey hole food plot at the Four Ridges. Danny saw this on his Moultrie mobile. He got pretty excited. And if you notice, this buck didn't seem real interested in the plot. He grabbed a few bites here and there, but he was looking up the plot and kind of looked like he was just crossing, seeking a receptive doe. Then, on November 19th, Danny got a video with a pile of does and fawns in his hidey hole food plot. This tells me two things were likely happening. Food sources were changing. A lot of acorns had probably been consumed or were going bad due to rains, and deer were changing food sources and going to start coming into the food plot. The second thing that stands out is the number of does and fawns together, and that tells me we're past the peak of the rut. Most of the does have been bred, and they were starting to get back with fawn and doe groups. That doesn't mean there's not going to be a buck nearby still searching for a receptive doe. And wouldn't you know it, that 10-pointer was close by. Each day as we've moved further and further past the peak of the rut, there's fewer and fewer receptive does. And that means you're likely going to start seeing activity similar to the pre-rut. Bucks are going to be on their feet more, cruising, looking for those few receptive does. Danny used this information from his Moultrie mobile and past hunting experience to slide in the following afternoon on November 20th and tag that nice 10-point buck.
Heck yeah.
Bradley was supposed to be the hunter, but Danny shoots left-handed, and Bradley and Danny had decided that if a deer came out on the right side of the blind, it'd be much easier for Danny to get positioned and take the shot. Sure enough, that's exactly where that buck came from, and Danny and Bradley did the old switcheroo. Bradley got behind the camera, Danny behind the Winchester, and it all worked out. I can't tell you how proud I am of Danny and Bradley, not because Danny tagged a great buck, but because Bradley and Danny understand what hunting is all about. It's not about pulling the trigger on a buck. It's about sharing and enjoying creation, creating memories with others in the woods, and if a hunter's successful, taking that high quality, great tasting venison home to the family. Congratulations, Danny and Bradley.
You say, yay, Dada!
Dada!
I hope you're able to get outside this week with a friend or family member and enjoy creation. But more importantly, slow down, listen to the Creator and the purpose He has for your life. Thanks for watching Growing Deer.
Yeah, deer! You high five? Hey, can you give me a high five? Woo! Deer, yeah.